Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. Tony, wait to join. I know you might see the button pop up, but just hold on a second. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. Waiting for people to come on, and then we will get started at about 6:05. So that's 2 minutes. That's 2 minutes to get on to join me and speaking with this very special speaker. She's very special to me. So you guys have about 2 minutes to get on. All right, all right, all right. Welcome, everybody, to Mic Check Reclaimed. I want to give a disclaimer first. This live session may include discussion of sensitive topics that may be mental health, trauma, or personal experiences of the individual who we have speaking. So viewer discretion is advised. If at any point in time you feel like you need to click off, please do so. Please remember this is a public platform, so do not share any personal or confidential information in the comments or the chat that you do not want to be seen publicly or visibly. This series is for informational and educational purposes only and should not be considered professional, medical, legal, or therapeutic advice. Always seek guidance of a qualified professional or organization for any personal concerns. If you or someone you know is in a crisis or you need any local resources when it comes to autism, which is our topic for today, if you do not know what is in your area, you can call the following national services number, and that is 800-3-AUTISM or 800-328-8476. If you are having an emergency crisis, and you need help immediately, definitely call 911. If you feel at any point in time you're having any type of suicidal thoughts, call 988, and that is the National Suicide Hotline. You can watch the replay to ensure you have these numbers available to you. They will also be posted on the Liam's Network of Support page, which will be tagged later on, where you can see it on that page. Please like, share, and follow the Liam Network of Support page so that we can do the Mic Check Reclaims from there, other than my personal page. And make sure you share the live and give encouragement and hope to those who may be struggling silently or loudly. Everyone deserves to have a chance and a voice to be heard. At the end. Please make sure if you have any comments, drop them, well wishes. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Beyond the label. We're going to start before I bring our speaker up, just by giving some myths and facts about autism that people think they know or believe about autism that may or may not be true. Some common myths that we hear are vaccines causes autism. There are a number of people who are not vaccinated. Their parents have never been vaccinated that do have autism. Research shown that vaccines do not cause autism. Another myth is that there is a recent epidemic with autism. That as well, autism has been recognized over a century. Better and broader diagnoses have been made, and the diagnostic criteria is very different and have increased identification rates. So this is not new. As a matter of fact, there has been a bridge that has been gapped, and it is now not just autism, it is the autism spectrum, where other diagnoses have been put into this spectrum because it has some similarities and can be treated the same, or it can be helped the same with the appropriate early interventions and guidance. Only boys can be autistic. Well, as you will see from this live, that is not true at all. Autism affects all genders. Though it is frequently more diagnosed in boys, girls often mask their traits, making it a little bit harder to identify. Another myth is autistic people do not want friends and they don't have feelings. That is definitely not true. Autistic people have emotions just like anyone else, but they may express it or process it differently. Many of them have a strong desire to make friends, and they're actually very emotional. So that is definitely a myth. Autism can be cured is another myth that you hear. There is no cure for autism spectrum disorder. However, early intervention therapy can support the development and improvement of social skills and help manage emotional regulation. Another myth, all autistic people are geniuses and have special talents. While some autistic individuals have exceptional abilities in areas like music, math, art, um, this is not true for all, similar to the generational population. Autistic people are violent. Behaviors that look like acting out are typically reactions to sensory overload or anxiety, and it's not meant to be harmful, malicious at all, and it really poses a danger. It is really just a matter of knowing that individual and knowing what some of their triggers are. Another one is autism is a childhood only condition. Again, how you will see today, autism is a lifelong condition. Children with autism grow up to be adults with autism. It is just a matter of how intervention comes and the type of services that they receive. And there are a number of different services that individuals with autism will have and can have. There are some key facts and takeaways from this. According to the CDC, there are 1 in 36 children who are diagnosed with autism yearly. The diagnosis, there is no blood test, but diagnosis is possible through behavioral observations, like you'll see in school. Even some daycares, going to the doctors, they will notice the milestones that children are supposed to be making at certain ages that they may not make. So that is a way for them to start looking a little further and doing different testings to find out whether or not a child has autism. Some causes, autism is a complex mix of generational and environmental factors. So there is not one pinpointed thing that can attribute to a child being autistic. With the proper support and accommodations, because there are some accommodations that need to be made, autistic people can thrive in all aspects of their life. So those are some of the facts and myths about autism. So with that being said, I would love, and it'll be the first time I've actually seen her in quite a while, face to face, sort of, to bring up Toni Hansom, who is an amazing young lady who I had the opportunity of meeting when she was in middle school and worked with her. So as she comes on, I would like everybody to send hearts in the chat, send them up on the screen and flood it as we welcome Toni up onto the platform. Toni, if you can press the button, you should have a join button on there. All right. Hey, Toni.
How are you?
Hi,
How are you?
I'm so excited to see you.
I'm good. How about you?
I am doing good, lovely. I'm doing good. Let me turn my volume up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Welcome. How's things been going?
Things been going okay.
That's good. That's
Mm-hmm.
good. Well, we're not going to, prolong anything. We're going to just kind of have a little bit of a conversation and talk about some things. And again, like I told you before, anything you're uncomfortable with, we can just move it right along, okay?
Okay.
When did you, growing up, realize that you were different from some of the other children?
Um, I'm trying to how to explain that how I'm different from the other children is how I speak to people. I was always quiet and just stay to myself.
Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think like how to describe it, like how I'm different from others.
Well,
It's
not
like I'm a
now. I'm
real.
talking about
It's
when you were a
like
kid, because you know
yeah,
now we just paint the world.
yes.
Hmm.
People didn't really understand me when I was a kid. Like growing up, like when I was in elementary school, middle school, throughout high school. But like I started to get better, like to adapt to it when I was in high school, and now as an adult, I'm getting better with it.
Very good.
Hmm.
Very good. Um, there are a lot of, as I just talked about a little bit, misunderstandings in how autism is misunderstood. Do you feel like you got the support that you needed from your family?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And I know you have siblings. Do they support you now?
Yeah, they still support me, and I
Good.
support them.
Wonderful. Can you share what that support looks like for you when you were growing up, like how their support was helpful for you?
Their support was helpful. They helped me with everything, though, to be honest. They helped me, like my mom, for an example, she helped with like she was able to get like resources and help with. I'm sorry, that was my cats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how to describe it. I'm
That's
okay.
fine.
I'm just a little nervous.
I know you are, baby. I know
Hmm.
you are. We gonna ignore what we see down there at the bottom. I'll get with them folks later. Um,
Are those
but
people that I know?
and some of them are, yes. I can't really see, and I have it up on my computer, but it's not showing me the chat.
Okay,
Just yet on my computer. But I did invite. So I'll tell you, I invited some of the people to come on from the Parental Stress Center. Do you mind me sharing? You
that's
know how
okay.
I met you? Okay.
Yeah, I know like
So
most of them. Yeah, you could share. You can share how I met you, because I
okay.
remember it from like high school. It was like
Mhm.
around like almost close to like the end of my ninth grade year,
Mhm.
and I was like hearing stuff about like the program and how it's helpful.
Mhm. Yep. And so when I met Tony, I was working at a what was called a parental stress center. We call it
Hmm.
PSC or the center, and it was a number of kids from her school that were going there, and we had a team of what 3, 4 people at that time that would work with the kids, not just academically, but if they were going through anything. And we did notice that Toni always kind of stood out to the side. She didn't want to really be around anybody. And we're like, no, come on. And we always made sure that the kids that were there at that time made her feel welcome. Like, this is a family and we're going to act as such. So we would have different programs. We would, I think, even one Halloween, we did like a sleepover and everybody stayed in the building for quite a while. But one of the big
I think I
I don't know
remember
whether
that.
you stayed or not that day, but I know we did things like that.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest things that stands out for me that was like a breakthrough with Toni was we went to the wave pool. And when we went to the wave pool, Toni was so shy, but then she came out, she had on this bathing suit. And I was like, girl, you gotta
Hmm.
come out in a bathing suit. I
Yeah.
was so excited to see her just kind of tearing down those walls because you could tell that there was a trust factor there because of different things that have happened in school growing up and then seeing some of these same people being able
Hmm.
to embrace her and give you all of the kind of feelings and the friendships that you might have wanted that you didn't really see at that particular point in time, because I did see one of your posts where you said you ripped up one of your yearbooks.
Yeah, it was from middle school.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of did have like a bad experience with it.
Yeah. So, so that is how Tony and I met. And anybody that knows, I don't
Yeah, and
know
also like in Peabody. We met in
at Peabody
Peabody,
High School.
not
Yes.
in middle
Mhm.
school.
Yep. Peabody High School. So, just had the opportunity to learn a lot about her. I think at one time, even three of us as staff, we took you home, and then that's when we had the opportunity to meet your mom at that particular point in time. So, yeah, it was definitely a wonderful experience, and to see you breaking your shell, watching you graduate, walking across that stage in high school,
Hmm.
it was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. Um, is there any, because we did just talk about, middle school, is there any experiences, and you don't have to give any names or anything like that, that stand out to you that felt traumatic for you growing up?
Um, it's like with like middle school. I just don't want to get into details. It's kind of still a little bit of traumatic because I dealt with bullying during
Sure.
that like middle school year.
Mm-hmm.
I like the middle school years
Mm-hmm. And I definitely
and like
understand that.
stuff with social media, like the early parts of social media. But that was like about 17 years, 16 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, have you ever felt pressure going into your adulthood after you graduated from high school, preparing for college? Have you ever felt pressure to try to fit in to or with everybody else around you?
A little teeny bit of it. Like I try to fit in, like from like adulthood,
Okay.
but I stopped. Like I'm becoming my own person and
Hmm.
accept who I am.
Yes. And I love it. I love to see the growth.
Hmm.
Um, during your time as you were in school, in college, do you feel like your professors understood you?
Like the beginning of when I started CCAC, it was a rough start for me because I was having issues with math in my other classes. But until like my mom spoke to one of my professors, I was able to get the help I can. I did
Okay.
have like a recorder with me, like on my classes, so I could like read, like listen through them, so I could study.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Um, as you continued on, when did you feel like you were starting to really break your shell to be around other people that you might not have necessarily felt comfortable with during that same time period?
Um, I'm trying to think when I started breaking in my shell. Like during like when I turned 20, 21,
Okay.
I started breaking into my shell. And plus like when I got in like my late 20s, late 30s, I started breaking more into my shell.
Okay. And helping people understand and processing awareness of autism, how do you cope with things? And this is just to give some people who may have children who are autistic that get services but don't always have the support, because like where I live at now is such a small area and resources are very, very limited. So can you share some of the coping skills that kind of help you out?
My coping skills is speaking to my mom, speaking to my dad, speaking to my siblings, speaking to my therapist is who I speak to like every other Thursdays. Like I just see her twice a month.
Okay.
Hmm.
And that is very important. And I'm so glad that you brought up about therapists, because, there is a taboo in the African American community that people don't want to go to therapy. How do you feel that therapy has helped you throughout these years?
Throughout these years, therapy helped me a lot. Like being able to adapt into this world, being able to express my feelings, being able to like adapt more as an adult with autism.
Okay. Okay. During this time, was there a turning point for you where you were like, you know what? I don't have to be I don't have to wait for the world to accept me. I accept me. Was there a turning point for you or anything that you can kind of pinpoint activity, program or anything like that?
Can you repeat that question?
So was there a turning point where you felt like you don't have to wait for the world to accept you accept you? Was there any type of activity, event, or anything that was
Thanks,
going
team.
on
I
around
saw
that
my
time?
yeah, I saw my friend's comment. My hairdresser asked my comment.
Oh, okay.
hmm Um, the turning point is like when I was like in my 30s, like almost like late 20s, 30s.
Okay. Is there um once that turning point happened, what are some of the things that you did to kind of get yourself more out there in your community, in your um in your area that you enjoyed doing that you might not have done before?
It's like I enjoy going to different places, going to different events, like trying something new. I trying different things.
Okay. And are you comfortable? Because a lot of times I have seen children as they transition into adulthood that are autistic that are uncomfortable being in places by themselves. They always have to have someone with them. How are you comfortable going to these events by yourself? And if so, what
Yeah, I'm
helps
comfortable
you be
doing by
comfortable?
myself, and I usually see people that I know at these events.
Okay.
hmm
And have you built bonds with people as you were going out to these events?
I did some bonds with people who actually know me.
Good. Good,
hmm
good, good. What are some strengths that you feel that you have, knowing you have autism, that people may not realize is a strength, but is a strength for you?
Um, I'm trying to think what type of strength I have. Um, I know I'm socially awkward.
That's
I admit
actually a
it.
strength. That
Yeah,
is a strength because let me tell you something. Sometimes the people that are social butterflies are burning inside. They are
yeah.
burning inside. But, if you admit who you are and just keep going with life, that means that the world around you isn't really affecting you and you're not being fake about it. That's a strength. You are
hmm
being real.
Yes.
You are being real. So that is absolutely awesome. Um, is there any type of support that you have now that you wish you would have had as a child?
Um, I'm trying to think how to like explain that I'm trying to think how to describe that question, like
Okay.
answer that question. The support. Hmm.
Or resources. Or resources.
I know there's resources around now, but like in like they had there was. I'm trying to think how to describe it.
Take your
I'm
time.
sorry, I feel stuck.
You're okay. You don't have to apologize.
It's okay. Yeah, okay.
Because we all have those kind of brain freezes from time to time. It's like, how do I really answer that?
Yeah.
And during your time, I think that there were a lot of misconceptions. I think that some people were fearful, and it wasn't until people decided to stop being ignorant to the fact that people can function just fine in society regardless of what they have been diagnosed with.
Mhm.
So I think kind of when that happened, more resources started coming out and more funds were starting to be provided to be able to be a resources for individuals. Because I know I hear a lot now about ABA therapy. I didn't know nothing about ABA therapy back then, you
Mhm.
know. Um, So that would definitely be a resource that wasn't available. That's probably available now. Um, Help me to understand how you feel emotionally safe when working with people or being around people.
I feel okay. Sometimes it can get overwhelming a little bit. Like when the day at work can get busy. I do the best I can to do my job.
Okay. Do you have find that you have struggles while you're there, other than just like the emotional struggles?
I sometimes get nervous when I speak to people on the phone.
Okay. Now, do you have during those times, especially because you're working, do you have a support system? Not necessarily at work, but someone that you can call when you're at work.
I could text my mom,
And I think that's a big help too. Technology has definitely advanced.
yeah, or text my dad, or like one of my sisters. But like I just take some deep breaths.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. If you could speak to your younger self and give her words of encouragement, what would you say?
I would tell her that she is beautiful inside and out. It's okay to be different. You don't have to be like everybody else. For what those people said to you or treated you, that's not true about you. You
Mm-hmm.
are rare. You are unique. You are a beautiful soul. You are a wonderful person, no matter what people say about you. Don't
Mm-hmm.
let those words affect you and make you feel bad about yourself.
Yes.
And it's going to get better when you get older.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up on yourself. Yeah, people will actually love and care about you.
Yes. That is amazing. And let me tell you, girl, you're about to make me emotional. And I say that because, and I know that wasn't one of the questions that I sent you, but I wanted to make sure to ask you that because I had a memory. Um, Ashley had posted a picture of us when we took that Christmas picture and we were all looking crazy, looking one way and just, I don't know what we were doing.
I don't
But
remember it. Can you send it to me?
yes, I will send it to you. um, but I remember prior to that, you know, um, it wasn't anybody there, but you had came from school and you were so upset about something and you were really talking down about yourself. So to hear that now, those are some awesome words to definitely give to the younger version of yourself. So
Hmm.
double kudos to you for that.
Is live going to still be available after it's done?
Yes, and I will
Okay.
also be posting it on the YouTube page. So
Okay.
you can always go back and I'll send you the link for that. Okay.
Okay.
All right, baby. So there is a difference between thriving and surviving. A
Hmm.
lot of times, especially as a child, you're functioning in survival mode. When did you feel that shift from I'm surviving in this some of my words, we're surviving in this society versus now I'm thriving in society? When did you notice that shift in your life?
I noticed that shift in my life when I became an adult. And plus,
Okay.
the stuff going on for the pandemic, and when you get older, that's when I started learning I'm thriving and surviving.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. What words, and we'll kind of wrap it up at this point because I don't want to keep you on too long.
It's
Or if you
okay.
have something you want to share with me, definitely let me know. Or if you have any questions for me, what is
Um,
some, yeah, let me know.
you can continue what you were saying.
Well, I was going to give a wrap up question, but I'd rather you go ahead and ask me what you want to ask me.
You can ask me first, and I can ask you after.
Okay. So for parents who have children right now who have autism, what kind of words of encouragement or what would you tell them to be helpful to help their children?
Don't give up on your children. It takes time to deal with children with autism.
Hmm. And for those who are um, adults who have autism, because some of them are still struggling because they didn't have a
Yes.
support system, what kind of words of encouragement would you give them?
I'm trying to think how to describe it, how to say it. Like words for autism, like adults with autism like me. I know that it's difficult in this world. Don't give up on yourself. Um, there are, I know there's some adult like support systems like for autistic people resources. I'm just trying to think like who does, like I know someone that does them. Like I
Hmm.
know there's places in our city, I think, that has them.
Hmm. And I'll be out during the ending part of the live. I will re-give the number for everybody to know to contact, because there is a national
Yes.
autism support that will give you resources in your area. So I will definitely
Mm-hmm.
make sure to reshare that.
Yeah, I was trying to like get that out, but like it just I got stuck.
Hmm. And that's okay. That's what people like me are here for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, and as you know, there's so many children that I've worked with over the years. And one thing I refuse to do is ever give up on you guys. Clearly, no matter how far away I am, y'all can always call me, reach me, um, at any point in time. So I definitely appreciate you for
Mm-hmm.
agreeing to come on and share a little bit about yourself, share a little bit about your story. So, are there any questions that you have for me? Is there any questions anybody that's watching may have? I will read the question off. So, do you have any questions for me, Toni, or is there anything you want to tell me?
I want to say I was so happy to do this interview. I was nervous at first, but I'm really happy to see you. I'm sorry I wasn't able to see you when I was at Alabama.
We're going to make that happen. We are.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to make my way up there to see you guys. I would love to have like a little PSC reunion, because Tanisha be, if she can see this, Tanisha Vinny, she be getting on my nerves sometimes because she she still calls me from time to time. So, but I love y'all dearly. So I would love to see you guys again, because you guys are adults now, and some of you guys have children, families, are married. So I would definitely love to see you all again. So I will try to make my way up there to see you. Anything else that you have?
When's the next time you'll be in Pittsburgh?
I am not positive right now. My schedule is a little bit full, but I will most certainly let you know, because I do have plans on coming up there to see some people, some guys. I have a niece that lives in Pittsburgh now, so I definitely want to come up there. It's just I want to make it a long period of time. You got to realize I was there for so long, and I know it's impossible to see everybody, but that doesn't mean I can't say, hey, because y'all of age now, so y'all can go out. Y'all can come out and meet me out somewhere. We can definitely let everybody know to come and meet me somewhere. But I will keep you posted on the next time I come to Pittsburgh.
Okay. I'm trying to
Okay.
think of more other questions to ask you. I'm just trying to think. What made you want to help people with autism? I think it's a wonderful idea that you're doing this because people need to learn more about people with autism and how they adapt to this world.
That is a wonderful question, Toni. So, I have family members who are autistic. Liam's network of support is not just about, any specific topic, but I do want to make sure that I cover those things that I feel like society is ignorant about,
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to be a resource for people who feel like their voices aren't heard. Hence the title Mic Check Reclaim, because there's a lot of people that are still tapping their mics but scared to speak into them. So just about everybody that I've had on these lives, um, I've either met or have been introduced to in some way, shape, or form because of the things that they have gone through, and they are now thriving through the traumatic experiences. So it really boils down to the trauma that people experience. But really, you guys at the Pearl Stress Center were the first group of children that I had really worked with after college. You guys gave me a run for my money. You guys definitely gave me a run for my money. But one thing that I appreciate about each and every one of you is that at that particular point in time when you're going through your own things, you look at the innocence of a child. And although you may have the support from your family, there's going to be a time when you have to step away from your family in adulthood and work and anything like that. So, um, in the midst of going through my own things and taking the time, God literally isolated
Mm-hmm.
me to have to see the bigger picture. And in doing that, He said, there's people that don't get a chance to have their voice be heard. They don't have the resources. They don't even know how to get the resources.
Yeah,
So,
I know it's hard sometimes. Like it's hard for people to get like resources.
mhm. And in the world of social media, internet,
Yes.
um, Zooms, there are resources that don't have to be in your city. And I know that being personable is a lot better. But sometimes when you're going through crisis, or if you just need somebody at that moment, there are other resources that are out there. So try to help not only be an advocate, but educate people. So doing workshops, attending resource fairs. I'm big on partnering with people because this is not a one-stop shop on helping anybody. I am not providing therapy. However, I am providing support groups, teaching people how to navigate through life with the traumas that they have. And sometimes you are by yourself. And if you are by yourself, how can you get through that? What are some of the coping skills that you have right outside your door, that you have right inside your house? So really just being a guiding light for people that feel like they're in the darkness. Thank you for asking me that, baby.
You're very welcome.
Is there any other questions that you have for me?
I'm trying to think of another one. How to like what type of question to ask.
Okay.
Um, I know like you moved from Pittsburgh to Alabama. Was that
Georgia.
correct? Oh,
Georgia.
Georgia. I remember Georgia
Hmm.
and then Alabama.
Yeah, I did. Are you asking me why I moved?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I believe like the reason, maybe the reason is like it has better um things.
Hmm. So I will be 100% honest with you, sweetheart. No, it wasn't a good reason that I
I'm
moved.
sorry.
No, no, it's okay. You know why it's okay? Because what happened then is what birth was going on now. Had
Hmm.
that not happened, I wouldn't be where I'm at mentally, emotionally. I wouldn't be where I'm at now. I wouldn't have the relationship with God that I have now. I wouldn't be trying to be a bridge for people to get to where, I'm not going to say where I'm at, but as far as a mental space when dealing with
Yes.
certain things. So, my reason for moving is because where I was staying at and someone that I was dating and I stopped
Hmm.
dating, I ended up being raped.
I'm
And
sorry to ask that question. I'm so sorry to hear about that.
no, no, let me tell you, don't apologize because I share my story now. I actually am going to tell everybody about a sexual assault rally that is coming up on July 25th because I got my voice back. He no longer has my voice. He can no longer silence me. I don't feel the strings being pulled of having to walk on eggshells because I'm fearful that he might find me, or, you know, other things happening. I no longer walk in that. He does not control my every move anymore. And the thing is, when people go through things, they are sleeping well at night, snoring, slobbering, whatever. And here you are, emotional wreck, losing your mind, suicidal ideations, all of those things are going through your mind. But yet you're walking around with functional depression. You're walking around like nothing ever happened and you set it to the side. I just told my parents for the first time why I really moved down here when I told them about this Liam's network of support on my birthday last year. And I've been down here for what, 13, 14 years now. But I just told them the real reason why I moved down here, why I was acting the way I was acting, because I was being very nasty and cold to people, because somebody I once said I loved hurt me so bad. But the good thing that got me out of that situation, because it happened in my own house, broke in my own house, was because he knew that I had a relationship with God and I went to church every Sunday. He couldn't keep me captive, and I had to call one of my girlfriends, one of my sorority sisters, because we would normally go to church together every Sunday. And when I called her, because he did let me call her because I wasn't allowed to do anything. I couldn't go to the bathroom by myself. It was like just constantly there for 6+ hours going through this in my own home. And when I called her, I just started screaming in the phone, telling her what was going on. And it was a crazy situation, sitting in court, because even after it happened to me, the very next week, it happened to somebody else that he used to date. And the district attorney at the time didn't believe me. They sat in my living room and laughed, and I had to kick them out because this mouth can be a little nasty. I kicked them out because I'm going through something, and you had a hard time listening to me because you thought something else was more important that you guys were laughing about, and I felt like they weren't listening to me.
I'm so sorry that you had to go through that.
It's, you know what? One thing I realized about life is some of the things that happen to us
Hmm.
are meant to shape us and build us because there's other people that need us.
Yes.
Throughout this time, I have encountered so many women who have gone through the same thing but have never said a word out of all of these years, and felt comfort in having a conversation with me just because I was comfortable enough to share my story with them. So, you actually kind of opened the door for me because I'm going to do it in front of everybody at this rally anyway. So, and I will have the support out there. My parents are going to be there, my niece, my nephew, who Liam's network of support is named after because he saved me. He saved me. A child saved my life when I felt like it wasn't worth living. So he reminded me of all the children that I have worked with over the years. And probably about 75% of you guys I still talk to or see to this day. So I appreciate you for asking me that question, and never apologize for asking someone a question, because if they weren't comfortable enough to answer, we wouldn't answer. Okay,
Yeah.
baby?
Hmm.
All right. Is there
I'm very
anything?
thankful you. I'm very thankful to have you in my life, and I'm thankful like for everything that you taught me at the after school program.
Thank you. I'm glad to be able to pour into you guys. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
If anybody, and I'm just now seeing comments, but I don't think there was any questions in there, but people were just saying, hey, and you're a very strong woman and young lady. So what I would like to do now is thank everybody for joining this live. And before I thank you, I'm going to read this little disclaimer first. Um, Next week, we will have another live. And I normally don't do this many lives, but I am this month because this month is a passionate month for me. Next week will be a mother's never ending fight and she's raising a child with autism while fighting her own battles. And that will be on Monday the 20th at 6:30. Also, you can join us in Cuthbert, Georgia, around the square on April 25th at noon for prayer on the square until the town Brave Hearts, Brave Starts sexual assault rally. And we will be partnering with Prana Square is with Miss Sandy Jackson, who is on here. Hey, Miss Sandy, I do see you on here. And we will also be partnering with the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Theta Sigma Zeta chapter of Cuthbert, Georgia, and we will also be partnering with the Center at 909, which is a sexual assault advocacy program and wellness program. So we will be partnering with them. As Toni said earlier, there is a phone number if you need any type of resources for autism, and that is 1-800-3-AUTISM or 1-800-328-8476. Now that I got that out the way, Toni, I'm so thankful that you joined me today. I am so pleased to see your beautiful face. I am so
Thank
proud of
you.
the
I'm happy to
accomplishment.
see you too.
Yes, I am so proud of your accomplishments. Now, Toni is very humble. She did not tell you guys that she is a college graduate. She is working and thriving in this crazy world, and she has some of the most amazing hobbies that I love because I'm in the anime too. So I've seen you some of your
Thank you.
cosplays, so I love it.
I'm gonna make. I'm going to anime. I'm going to TECO this year, which is an anime convention in Pittsburgh.
Okay, okay. So I am so proud of you. Keep living in your truth. Keep being great. I love you, darling, and I
Love
will
you too.
definitely get you that information that you asked me for. I will send that to you. If I don't do it today, I will definitely do it this weekend because I'm
Okay.
preparing because I'm doing an autism walk with my sorority on Saturday. So I've got a lot going on back to back, but I will get that information to you, baby. Okay.
Okay. Just
I
send me
love
like the
you.
link so I could show people the video,
Okay.
like the
Now,
live.
as long as you can share it from my page because I made
Mm-hmm.
it public so anybody can see it. But I will also make it into a reel because lives they'll disappear. But I'll make it into a
Yeah.
reel so that way you can share it. And my nephew over the weekend, because he manages the YouTube page, he will post it on the YouTube page. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, baby. I love you.
Love you too.
Have a good night.
Mm-hmm. You too.